Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and this is what we did yesterday, but I wanted to show you a few more pages that I did. I sit and do these either while I'm editing or while I'm sitting by the TV, whatever. You know, I don't watch TV a lot, but if I ever do get a chance to sit down and watch it, I do these. But I think I did that one was the last one that we did yesterday, and these are collage masterboards. And a lot of people ask what a masterboard is. A masterboard is just something where you take some scraps and you glue a lot of things together, just do a collage. And then I can take this sheet and tear it out when I need tags or pockets or something like that, and cut it up to the size that I need, and then, you know, put a focal point or something on there, stitch around it, and use it in my journals. But this is just a good way to use your scraps, keep them all in one place, and I'm just using an old Echo Park magazine that I got. I did this one. I can't remember if I did this one on the video yesterday or not. I thought I did this one after I closed the video down, but I thought this one was really pretty. So I did that with some pinks and some flowers. All of these are scraps. And then I did this one last night with just some Christmas papers that I had left over. Put a few Christmas stickers around just to use them up. And then I can cut this up and use it as our tags and pockets. And then I did this one late last night. I just had some pastel pieces. Oh, I think my camera, hold on just a minute. I think my camera's doing autofocus on me. All right, maybe we have that fixed now where it won't try to autofocus on us and make you sick. But this was one I did late last night, just with some pastels, book pages, things like that. I thought that one's really pretty. That one you can do lots and lots of with. Let me move my light. I'm having all kinds of technical issues today. My light got moved a little bit. So that is that. And then I wanted to show you, you know, I told you, I think it was yesterday, maybe day before, if any of you have Etsy shops and you would like for me to advertise them for you, show what's in your shop, something like that, you can send me, you can print these off and send them to me, your digitals, or you can just send me the link to your digital and I can print them off and I will advertise for you on my channel. Now this is from Kara Brandon Creations, and I did not print off everything that she sent me because she sent me a ton of files, but I printed off a lot of different ones, and I'm just going to try to separate these out. These are so pretty. And she asked me for any recommendations or anything that I might have for her, and as I go through, we'll just kind of see what we recommend, if we recommend anything. I always love constructive criticism when I do something, so if anybody else wants that, that's fine. I will give you my exact opinion on it. I won't sugarcoat it just because you sent me files. Number one, I love this. I think this is Field and Forest. It's what this one is called. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? I love little squirrels, so love that. And I only printed these one-sided and on just regular copy paper. Look at this. This is very unique, where she had the tree trunk and then the trees on there. That is beautiful. That can be used for Christmas. And that one. Love this one. I will leave all the links below. I know on the one I did the other day, I said I'd leave the link below, and then I completely forgot. Some people reminded me, and the link is there now. So, and look at that. That's a collage page. Isn't that pretty? Love it. I love these eggs. I've seen those in quite a few different collage sheets from people, and those are pretty. And like I said, these are printed just on regular copy paper with just the normal print. If you want them more vibrant, a little bit better, you can print them on some photo paper, and you can up the scale on your printing. I just printed them normal. That's what I do most all the time, is print normal. Excuse me. That is really pretty. Love that. Very pretty collaging. This one is gorgeous. Look at that crumpled paper in the background. These will make such beautiful pages in your journals. This one, look at that. So, so pretty. Love the greens. And then these are 2 pockets that she did. All you have to do is trim these out and then fold, and you've got 2 fantastic pockets. This is ephemera. Turn it the right way, maybe. That is very nice ephemera. And that's the name of her shop right there. And like I said, I will try my best to remember to link it below. Isn't that pretty? I love all that ephemera. We can always use ephemera. And then this. Love the butterflies. These you can fussy cut. And I will tell you something, Kara. What I really do like about your images. You have put the black line around your images. Some people may not like that. I do, and the reason I do is because that helps me when I'm fussy cutting. And if you're using a Brother Scan and Cut, you won't have any problem cutting these on there because they have that black line around them. So you have a solid line that's going to show up where you can cut. So I like that part. Really, really do. Okay. Look at these tags. These are cute. I like those. There are more tags. And then these are gorgeous. I love these. Look at that. Very, very pretty. Okay. Now, that could be a mixture of Song of Autumn and Field and Forest. Like I said, I didn't print everything, and I tried to keep it separated, but I was getting distracted and interrupted and whatever. So it could be that I didn't get everything exactly in the right order. And like I said, all of it is not printed. There's still tons that I could print. But I had to draw a line somewhere so I could get started on a video. Okay, okay, these are background sheets. Now, very few people, when they do digitals, give you background sheets. Some of them will give you 1 or 2 background sheets, but I like the variety that she gives you. She gives you quite a few in different colors. So this is the yellow, and that's a really distressed looking page. So that will look good on the back of those pages to make them double-sided. And then that one. This one, of course, I love. It's the print. There's that one. This one. And this one. Then that we go to greens. Love that pattern, the background pattern. And they're very muted. So you will be able to use these on a lot of different backings of your papers. Okay, now this, and my printer messed up right there. I had to change cartridges. This one starts on the Christmas kit. Now, I love, love, love these little cutouts here. They're really pretty. You know, I've used this little girl in some of our cutouts. I love it. Love the, you know, here again, she has put that black line around most all of these, so that's a good thing. If you're using a Brother Scan and Cut, then it should cut these with no problem. There's some tags. Really, really like those. You don't see very many red tags. Even though these look vintage, they've still got the red for Christmas, so I like that. This is more ephemera. Very pretty. You could use these for journaling cards or pockets. More tags, and I'm pretty sure this is still the Christmas collection. Isn't that pretty? And Kara, I am sorry about mixing some of these up, but I get distracted and then I forget what's going on. Those are pretty. See, those are in the greens, but they're really pretty. They're a good Christmas. These are going to go great in our Christmas journals. And then here you have the red and the green in a little bit smaller size. This is really pretty. It's muted. It's not bold and bright in your face. It's very pretty. Now, when I got to this, the only thing I can suggest to you, Kara, is there's a few pages in here that need to be enlarged. A lot of us, we like to have the page. Let me show you here. See, this page is almost all the way to the edge. And even as many times as I tried to enlarge this one on my printer, this is as big as it would get. So all the pages need to be, if possible, need to be enlarged to where they're this size. Because see, you've got this much waste on this paper. So that's the only suggestion I could make, is if you could enlarge these pages, make them come out this size, that would be great. And like I said, I tried 2 or 3 different ways to enlarge this. I even did a larger percentage, and it wouldn't do it without distorting everything. So you could enlarge it on your program and make it come out more to the size of the 8.5 by 11. So there's a few in there like that, but not many. And, some of you may know how to do that just on your own programs. I didn't put it on a program. I just strictly went to print and printed it. I could put it on my Adobe Illustrator and probably resize it, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to print them just like she sent them to me. And that's pretty. Those bells hanging up there. And see, here's another. This is the largest that it would go in the printing cycle, and it's, there's quite a bit of waste, and this would be hard to use as a journal page because of the size that it is. But, I still love it. Don't take me wrong. I still love it, and I think they're well worth, what you're charging for them. They're very unique, very unusual. I haven't seen these out there anywhere before, so this is a good collection. I would just, take into consideration enlarging these so that they'll print a full size of 8.5 by 11, or right at 8.5 by 11. See, this one prints a very good size. Just have a tiny bit of waste around there, and that's what we like to see. Now, my printer was running out of ink right here, so this is actually the real color of this one. Just ignore this part. It was running out of ink, and I didn't notice because I was printing a lot and I was doing something else. But this is the actual color of it. Isn't that beautiful? I have not seen that as a background either. That's very pretty. And so we have this one that's a little bit small too. If you could just enlarge that, that would be wonderful. Now, like I said, I can do that on my Adobe Illustrator, but I wanted to print your files out just like you sent them to me. So if you can just enlarge these, so, for people who don't have Adobe or something like that, that they can just hit print and it will go and it will print it, right at the size that you need. But these are so pretty. I love all that mistletoe, and I guess that's mistletoe. I don't know what it is. Some kind of berries. There's another. The Oh Santa is gorgeous. Love him. And of course, we always love poinsettias at Christmas. See this one? See the difference? This and this. If you could make this one this size, that would be absolutely fantastic. And I know how hard that is. Believe me, I do digitals too. So I know this is harder to do than me just saying do that. I know it is, but it's just a suggestion. You asked for suggestions, so I'm just giving you a few. Not saying that there's anything wrong with your kits because they're gorgeous. This is beautiful. I've not seen anyone do anything like this before. This is gorgeous. So this Christmas kit is absolutely wonderful. Now see, this one could be a little bit larger, but it's so pretty. I love that muted. It's not so bold in your face, but then you've got those poinsettias that just pop out at you. Beautiful. This one, please ignore. This is where my printer had ran out of ink, but I went ahead and left it in here anyway because I wanted you to see. This is beautiful. It's got music page at the back, and then she's got just some of those pretty little red and green floral images around on it, and that is so pretty. And there's still tons more that I did not get to print. Like I told you, I didn't have time with everything that was going on. But just go over. I'm going to link her shop below. Go over and check her shop out, because I have looked at it. Her prices are very, very reasonable, and her kits are huge. They are huge. Some people, you buy a kit for like $4.99 and you get 4 pages. I mean, that's a little bit expensive as far as I'm concerned. but hers are very, very reasonable. So go over there and check her out. Again, it is Kara Brandon Creations. And I'm thinking that Brandon might be her husband. I'm not sure. That might be her last name. But anyway, Kara Brandon Creations. And these three was Song of Autumn, Christmas Kit, and Field and Forest. So I will link her shop, her Etsy shop below. Again, if you want me to, show some of your Etsy creations, Etsy. I always say Etsy. If you want me to show some of your Etsy creations, digitals, kits, that kind of thing, you don't have to print them out and send them to me. You can just send me the digital file, and I will be glad to print them out and show on our YouTube channel and advertise your Etsy store. Okay, now it is time to get to work. I have got lots and lots of tags that I need to make. And when we did our classes, our virtual retreat, I had tons of these left over from the virtual retreat, and they were really too large to go in any of the kits. And I thought, well, they may make, and if they're not too large, let's see, they're right at 8, so they're not too big. They may make some really pretty journal cards. So I thought I would use these for journal cards. They're really thick enough that I don't even have to back them on anything. I can just put them in there just like they are. And they've already got the white on the back so that you can journal on them. So I think I will just put these over in my little stack over here. And these will be some pretty journal cards for our Christmas kits. So I'm just going to lay those aside over there. Now, these were just some different embellishments that we had left, and they're just some odds and ends, and I'm going to lay those aside. I don't think I'm going to work with those today. But what I am going to do is we're going to do some tags. And I am going to use some of her Christmas to make some tags and journaling cards out of. Because these will go beautifully with our Christmas journals that we're making. So we're going to use some of these. And you'll have to bear with me while I cut some of these out. I didn't cut them out beforehand because I really didn't have the time to do it. So just bear with me if you would, please. So let's lay that over there. Now, as I said, I printed these on just thin copy paper. So what I want to do is, first off, I'm going to use my trimmer and trim the straight parts of these. And then I can use my scissors to do the corners and that kind of thing. But I want to back these with something that'll make them a little bit stronger. And I'll show you what I'm going to back them with. It's going to be something that most all of you have in your stash and probably have no clue what you need to do with them because you just, got them in the mail or somebody sent them to you or whatever. So we're going to use some up today. I have got tons in my little folder, so we're going to use some of them. So I'm going to do that one. I think I'm going to do this one. I love those. So we're going to cut these out. The images are on here very, very straight. That's a good thing. So they're easy to cut. Some of them, I purchase a lot of digitals and I make a lot of digitals. And I know it's hard sometimes to get your digitals exactly straight on your sheet that you're creating on. And some of them, the digitals that I have purchased, some that I have probably even made, they're a little bit crooked and they're harder to cut. You can't just do this. So this is fantastic, the way that she has done these. They're very nice and straight, like that. And here again, if you have a Brother Scan and Cut, which I do not, I wish I did, you could put these in that and cut these out probably. Now this one I noticed has the black line around it. These two don't. So if you could go back in, Kara, and put the black line around these like you did this one, that would be great. People could use their Brother Scan and Cut to cut those out. I have got lots of information from different people that if you have the Brother Scanning Cut, it will cut a lot of this out, but you do need that kind of that black line around there for it to recognize it. So that would be a good thing. Now let's see, let's trim a little bit of this off so that we can use some of these. There we go. And I'm just trimming the outline. We will come back and add our backing, and then we'll trim them out a little bit closer. This is just getting everything going here. Just getting some of that excess paper off. But I really do love these, Kara, and I thank you so much for sending them to me. That was so sweet of you. You did not have to send so many, but I appreciate it. I really do. And I think I'll probably use those too, but I'm going to lay them aside for just a second, and we're going to go ahead and work on these. I'm going to work on these first because I think they're so pretty. I love this red. This is just a really good traditional Christmas color. Alrighty, let's see. Now, what I do when I get some, let's see, some ephemera in, let me find some ephemera over here. This was ephemera pack. Here's an ephemera pack. Sorry about the crinkling. I pulled these back pieces out. I'll fold that back up, put it back over there. These pieces I use to back my journaling cards when they're thin like this is. These make really good backings, and then you can just put on the back of that book page or whatever you would want for your writing, for your journaling. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to use this piece of paper to glue on. This is just a magazine cover. So when you get those embellishment packs and things like that in, don't throw the backing away. Don't throw it away. You can use it. Okay. Let me get my card. There we go. We've got that one. Then we're going to put one on here. And I will stitch around these, so I'm not worrying too much about the glue going right to the edge, because I'll do some stitching. Okay, so there's two. I have more. Let me grab them from over here. I have this one, and we'll put that down there. I also have this, and this is from just the back of a paper pad. I keep those as well, and we're going to use those, and I'm going to glue all of these right down through there and then trim them out. And again, I'm not worrying too much about going to the very edge, just simply because I'm going to stitch around these. But if you need to, if you're not going to stitch, then make sure you do a lot of gluing. Now, I've had a few people that have asked me, please tell everything that you're using. This is a Pioneer Photo Glue Stick. It's acid free, and this is really good. To me, it's the best glue stick. Now, you know I don't like glue sticks, but that one works good. So that's what I'm using. We are carrying those now, but somebody this morning bought every one that I had. So we will have to restock. I've got more on order now. So just be patient with those. They're very inexpensive, but they are some of the best glue that I have had. Okay, let's see if I have more journal backings over here. Okay, another thing you can use for your backing is just some scrap paper. I know a lot of you probably already know that. I use scrap paper a lot. If I have scrap pieces left over, I put them over it, and I use them for backings on tags and journaling cards and pockets and things like that to make them a little bit stronger. And I think I want to use this one with the little bird. Okay, don't have enough room on that piece, so we're going to grab another piece. Okay, on this one, I don't have another piece of that paper right here with me, so on this one, all we're going to put on the inside is just this glue page that I have been using. And I have it's folded up good and it's glued. And we're just going to glue this down to this. And then trim it off. So just grab whatever you have that you could put on the inside of your tags when you print on thin copy paper like I did. Now I'm going to make sure that this is not going to show through, and it doesn't look like it's going to, so we're going to put that right there. Okay, let's do some trimming. Good way to use up those glue pages too. And I'm going to go ahead and trim off these black lines just because I don't need them on here and everything's already cut out. So you can do that too if you don't want the black lines on there, because I'm going to stitch around these so they're going to have a little bit of embellishing on the outsides of them. Now, I will put, what am I going to put on the back of here? Let's grab some. Maybe this. Yeah, that'll be good for journaling right there. So let's glue this down to that, and we'll do our journaling on there, or down to here, I should say. And I am just putting glue in the middle, not all the way out to the edge. Just going to stick that one down right there. So we can do some journaling on this one. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That looks good, and it's nice and thick. It's not too thick. Plenty of journaling space on the back, and then when I stitch around it, that's going to be really cute. Okay, let's do another. Do one more. Now, I think on this one, I don't think I'm going to back it with anything else. The reason being is this paper, this is a cardstock, so that's plenty thick enough. So I'm not going to put anything else on the backing. But you could if you didn't want the cardstock to show, but that doesn't bother me. If I don't like the brightness of it, I can always just ink it up a little bit to stress it. So that doesn't bother me at all. Okay. This background paper is almost the color of the tags. That's pretty. Here again, I'm just cutting that little black line off of there, because since I'm cutting them by hand. If I was using my scan and cut, or if I had one, I would let my scan and cut that. There we go. And on this one, again, I don't think I'm going to put anything else on the back because I like that. Let's just go ahead, trim this out. And I'm just going to these are really pretty. Nicely created too. Okay, there are those tags. And then on this one, we're going to put something on the back. And I think I'll just use some of my, let's see, maybe some of my dyed paper. See if I have any that would look okay on the back. I think that would work right there. Okay, I think that would work. It's kind of a pink tone, pinkish red. So that will go okay on here. So I'm just going to lay that down there. I'm going to go ahead and put my glue on here. There we go. Flip it over and just flatten that out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim this so that I will be able to put more on here. There we go. Let's see, that's over there. That off. And I'm going to go ahead and trim some of this off just so I can kind of tell where I am on the sheet. There we go. Cute. I like that. Pretty. Okay, and let's see. I'm not going to add anything to that one. That one's got the brown on it, or kind of the tan paper. I'm going to trim this off a little bit. There we go. There are those tags. Those are so cute. And I need lots and lots of tags. Okay, we got that one, that one, that one, that one. Look how fast we made that many tags. Then this one I haven't backed yet, but we've got already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tags that we can use. And now I'm going to cut this out because I'm going to use that for a journal card or a pocket. I don't know which. I'll have to decide when I get it cut out because I need to know about what size it is. Let's see what size this is. This is 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I think in my journal this would make a nice pocket. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to trim just this edge off right here. And then I'm going to back this with something because I want my pocket to be a little bit thicker than that. Okay, I'm going to use another glue page to put this on. Okay, trim this out. And you could trim this with your trimmer. You know me, I go for it and then I look at it and go, wow, that's crooked. There we go. So that's a nice thickness for a pocket. And now all we have to do is I'll stitch around it. And I think I want to put some little something right here at the top. Let's see. I had a book page here just a minute ago. There we go. I don't know if this would look okay or not. Let's just see. If we folded that around, that would look okay. Nope, that doesn't strike my fancy, so let's try something else. Let's try a piece of this. Just want a little bit of a border at the top. I don't want it to cover up everything, but I just want a little tiny bit of border to stitch along. That will, I think that right there will work. So let's go ahead and trim that off. Then, what do you think? Think that will work? I think so. I don't want it to come down too far. So I'm going to put this on, and then I'll put the backing on that we can write on, that you can do journaling on. That way it'll cover up this little piece that's in there. Okay, now let's glue that down. And again, I will stitch, so I'm not going to worry about putting too much glue there. Just a little to hold it down for now. There we go. And that'll give us a nice top to that pocket so that we won't get anything in behind there, so that we won't tear it or anything. We start to put things down in there. Now let me find something. You know what? I could use one of her sheets to back this with. Let's just do that. Ooh, that right there would be pretty. That would be pretty. Let's just use this for the backing. You can journal on that very easy. So let's glue that down there. Let me grab another glue. This is the glue page. Okay. Oh, I can't take it right up to the edge. Gotta remember I got that white on there. There we go. Flip it over. Just make sure that you press it down really well. Then we can trim this out. Very, very pretty. There we go. There is a nice pocket. And you know what? I said put something on the back so we can journal. We don't need to journal on the back of that. This is going to be a pocket. But anyway, we've got that back covered, and that's fine. That's no problem whatsoever. That way you won't be able to see anything down in there. Now, I'm going to cut just a little notch at the top. And I think I'm just going to use my oval. This is a 2-inch oval. Just going to clip a little notch in there. That's pretty. All right, we're going to ink a little bit. Now, I'm using Vintage Photo ink, and this is a Tim Holtz dauber. And this little tray, I've had lots of questions about this little nasty tray. This is just a little plastic. There you go. It's Avery name badge labels. That's what come in this. And I use it to sit my ink in that I use all the time, which is my Vintage Photo. That way, I don't like to sit my dauber on top of my ink. It gets to looking really nasty, and I don't like that. So I just love this little tray. I keep it sitting on my desk, and I keep this ink in it because this is the one that I use all the time. And it just works for me. So just find a piece of packaging around your house that you're not using and make you a little tray. See, it fits in there just perfect. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and ink up these other pieces. Or we might. Let's see. Do we want to cut that one out and use it for a journal card? I think so. Let's do that. We can definitely use this one for a journal card, because this one's small enough to tuck in a pocket. So let's do that. Because see, that would actually even tuck down in there. So what are we going to back this one with? I think, let's see if that works. Oh, it does. It's just the right size. So let's go ahead and ink this up. Ink it. Let's ink it up. I was looking at my ink. Let's put some glue on the back of this, not ink. I also have had quite a few people that have asked me would I do some stitching on the camera to show everybody how to stitch. I will. I will just have to rig my sewing machine up over here somehow so that it would be able to be seen, but I will do that. Actually, many moons ago, and you wouldn't know it by some of my stitching now, but I was a seamstress at one time. And I worked many years in the seamstress field when I was young, just married. But I had not stitched for quite a few years until I started back stitching on paper, because I had got to the point where I really didn't like making clothes or anything like that, because you can go to town and buy clothes just as cheap as you can make them nowadays because the material is so expensive. I do make curtains and things like that every now and then, but not, not a lot. But I did start back when I started stitching on paper. I really love that look. So yes, I'll show. I mean, hopefully you can get something out of it. I don't know. I'm not the world's best anymore because I have that shaky hand, but I will show you what I know. I can tear a sewing machine down and put it back together, though. That's a good thing. I can do that much. Sometimes I can work on them better than I can stitch on them. But yes, I'll show you. I'll do that probably one day next week. I've got my calendar full this week of things that I've got to get done. But I'll try to do that next week. If you want to learn and you can see what type of sewing machine I use, which it's nothing special. It's just a Singer Futura I've had for probably 30 years, and it still works just as good as it did the day that I got it. So nothing special, but I like it. I've not had any trouble out of it. And before that, I had a brother, and I did have a lot of trouble out of a brother. I'm not saying that they're all bad. Mine was. I just got a lemon, I guess, because I know a lot of people who have brothers, and they love them. They say they've not had any problem with them, so that's good. But if you're going to use the sewing machine to just stitch on paper, I wouldn't put a lot of money into one, because you really don't need anything except just something that stitches, straight stitch and does a little zigzag and that kind of thing. I think I'm going to put that at the top of that, I believe. Let me see. I'm going to try to fold that just a little bit more even. And I think I'm going to round the corners. Oh, okay. Now this is, I had quite a few people who asked me, when I used that corner thing, what was it? This is a We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. I will have it listed or linked below if you would like to check one out. I love it. I've used this thing forever, and it still cuts just as good as it did the day that I cut it. Now the only thing is mine needs emptying out, and I'm not good at emptying them out. I leave them until they're about ready to explode before I empty them. But it works really well. It cuts through thick paper or thin paper, or mine does. So it works well. Now I'm going to ink around this. that's pretty. I like that. So there's a journaling card. Isn't that pretty? Now we could put something on here. I really think I want something else on there. I don't know what. Maybe a little cluster or something. Let's see. Oh, maybe that little tag right there. That's pretty. Label. I like labels, you know that. And I haven't used a label in a while. What's wrong with me? All right, let's ink around this just a tiny bit. And I think I'll put it down right there. I'm just going to put some glue on it over here, the edge. Then we'll put it down right there. Oops, look at me slide it. Come on now. Okay, I'm going to have to put more glue on it. Okay, let's see if that's about straight. Yeah. There we go. Cute. I like that. I like that with that little label on there. That is very cute. Okay. Do we want anything else on there? I don't think on that one. I think that journaling card, I'll leave it as is. I love the little girl on there. And see, that would slide right down in there. You could slide it that way or that way if you wanted the little girl to be seen. So that is good. We've got that many going. Let's see what else we can do. Let me look. Okay, I think I'll cut this out, and that can be 2 more little journaling cards. I'm going to use my cutter to trim these. There'll be a lot less crookedness going on if I do. This is I also had questions about this cutter. This is a Fiskars rotary trimmer. I'll show you the rotary blade in just a second. This is the rotary blade. I like this trimmer simply because no matter what you cut with it, how thick or how thin, it cuts great. It doesn't, you know, my regular Fiskars trimmer, when I cut something that's thin like this paper, it will, you know, bunch it up at the end and it jags it. It doesn't cut it straight. This one, no matter how thick, how thin, it cuts right through. It doesn't, the blade self-sharpens. Every now and then you have to put a new blade in. I've had this one for probably 3 years and I've never replaced the blade. Love it, love it, love it. I go back to this one, you know, I'll always bring in my little one and I think, oh, I'm going to use this one forever. And then when it starts messing up on some of my cuts, I grab this thing back out because I love it so much. And I know that it'll cut well. See, it doesn't booger up the edges of the paper. It cuts really nice. Even though I didn't cut real nice right here, I left a little bit of white showing. So I'm just going to trim that with my scissors. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, I want to back these with something. And let these be some journaling cards. What are we going to back these with? I have some more scrap paper right here. I've always got tons of scrap paper, so that's a good thing. I'm just going to use this. Put my ink back over there. I'm just going to use this magazine for my inking. inking. I keep calling this inking. This is not inking. This is gluing. I use my magazine for gluing. My brain is not working right today. I told Melina the other day, she was over and I was trying my best to think of something and it was just gone. I couldn't think of it. And I said, I really think that I'm just losing it. I'm losing my brain. She said, no, Mother, you are definitely not. She said, even with your brain as old as it is, how you like that, as old as it is, and as much as you've used it all this year, you can still think of a lot of things that I can't think of. So, but sometimes don't you feel that way when you get to the point where you just can't remember something and you think, oh my goodness, I think my brain's going to sleep or leaving me. And I think it's just because we exercise it so much that sometimes it's like a computer. It just says, I need a rest. You have to give me a rest. So, at least that's what I'm going to say anyway. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Sorry about my phone dinging. You know, I keep that up there because anytime that my husband is away from home or my kids are out and about, I like to keep my phone on just so that in case they call me, I won't miss a call. I'm always afraid somebody will need me and they can't get me, and that scares me to death. I would be petrified if that happened. Okay, I think on these, I'm also going to round the corners because I'm going to use these for little journal cards. So I'm just going to round these corners. There we go. And this has got a 1/2 and a 1/4 inch round on it. I usually use the 1/2 all the time. Okay. Put a little ink around the edges. And then it's already got that white on the back, so we're not going to worry about putting something else back there. You can use that for journaling. And keep in mind that you can back these with book pages because you can journal on book pages. It doesn't have to be, you know, this particular white paper. You can journal on book pages, ink dyed pages, anything like that you can put some ink to. So a lot of times I'll just back them with a book page. Well, we have got quite a few things done already. I'm just going to go through our tags and things in just a second to see if there's anything I want to add to them. Right now I'm just getting them inked. And then I'll do some stitching around them. This one I probably will put something on there. All right, let's see. Do we want to put anything on that? Let me look and see what we might have as far as the little embellishments are concerned. Got these little pieces. It's already got a tag on there, so we don't need that. Don't need that. I think I'll just put a label on it. Where are my labels? I printed off our Christmas labels. Here they are, right here. These are our little Christmas words. And I think, let's see, what are we going to put on there? Let's just put sleigh bells. I think that's pretty. I like that. Sleigh bells. I'll trim a little bit more off of the bottom. Now when I made these digitals, I did leave quite a bit of room between some of them so that you could, you know, make little tags or flags or whatever out of them that you wanted. instead of just having tags. Okay. This is usually best in 3s, and she's already got 3 on there, so let's do another odd number, which would be 5. So let me grab a little piece of book page, some of this nice thick book page. I love this book page. This is the thickest, and it almost feels like it's 2 sheets, and it's not, but it's the thickest book page I have used. So one of you sent it to me. It's an old book. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay. So we're going to do this in 5s. Let's put that there. Maybe that there. I want a little piece of lace or something underneath that. What about a little piece of cheesecloth? This cheesecloth, let me tell you the story on this cheesecloth. This is actually, it came in a pack from somewhere, and I don't even remember who sent it to me. I don't think it was one of you guys. It was a company or something. It's got kind of almost a greasy texture to it, and you're supposed to use it to pick up glitter, like your excess glitter. Well, you know, I don't do a lot of glitter because I'm not that type of a glitter girl. I don't like loose glitter. So I have been using it on some of my projects, and I like it. I like it a lot. So it works just as well, and it sticks down well because I guess because it's got that texture to it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's see, I will use this is Fabri-Tac, and this is just in one of our Sugar Bell bottles. This is the 4 ounce. We're out of those right now. We have the 8 ounce in stock. This is the 8 ounce. They're really easy to squeeze. If you have problems with your hands, wrist, anything like that, these are ideal. And we have these little silicone tops in stock. Quite a few right now. Now I'm just going to, let me grab my little tool. Where is my little tool? I'm going to kind of bunch this up a little bit. Just like that. And then I'll put this down on top. Like that. And yeah, I have everything bunched down at the bottom. And that's fine because I'm going to put a piece of material or something at the top. That doesn't bother me to have everything down here at the bottom. I could have put it up there, but I'm going to put something else at the top. So I like that. Now, what are we going to put at the top for a little piece? We can even punch out one of our whale-tail punches. So let's see, what material, what shall we use? Okay, I just grabbed in my stack and found a scrap. I think that will look fine. Let's see. Yes, I like that. Pulls that red from, or that cardinal looking color up, so I like that. Now, I apologize that my video went up so late last night. I actually started that video about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. But I think with everything that was going on with the election and everybody online, it took forever for that thing to upload. So I apologize for that, but it could not be helped. Let's see what else we have here in this stack that we can cut a few more pieces out with. Okay, let's grab this. Another scrap. That'll be pretty to grab in some of that green right there. And then I may put just trim on the top of those since they're smaller. Okay, that looks like all I need right there. Okay. I like to ink these up too, especially when I have that white backing on them. Oh, that goes pretty on there. I like that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty on there? Okay, so those are done. Let's see what we want to put on these. We can do a little piece of lace, maybe. Maybe a little piece of this trim. This would be pretty, I think. Whoops, boy, did I cut that crooked. When we stitch on these, it will make this lace look a lot better. It'll make it look more closed in and part of the tag, rather than just like hanging up there like it does right now. And I didn't cut that one quite large enough, but I'm going to leave it. That's big enough for me. You can also just tear little pieces of book page, different things to go on the top of your tags if you want. You can put ribbon, lots and lots of different things that you can include. Let's see, we've got 3 more. So let's see what we want to put on those. Let's see what a little piece of that would look like. I don't know, I don't like that black in it. What about this? A little piece of that. Yeah, that'll work. This is just a little piece of trim, and it's very vintage, old. It came off of an old slip that I think my mother had bought for me when I was a little girl. And she had it in her stash of materials. She was a quilter, so she had it in her stash of materials. And then I got some of those, so this was in there. And she had a little note clip to it. I thought it was so sweet. So I use it very sparingly. I usually don't use it on a lot of things, just on tags like this that I know that are going to go in some pretty journals. There we go. And you can tell how old it is by the fraying part of it there. But I think it looks good as little tag toppers. There we go. Okay, sticking to my fingers. That means you have more glue on your fingers than you do on your project when that happens. All right, there we go. So we have got quite a bit done. Now I'm going to stitch around these, and I won't stitch on camera, but I will have some photos at the end and at the beginning of this video that will show you how we stitched on them to me the stitching just kind of brings everything out and brings it all together. Just looking to see if I want to put anything else, and I may put something right there. I think that one's got plenty on it. That one does. This one I need something on. That one, that one's good. I might put just one of our words on this. So let's see what we want to put right here. I think maybe a photo. That would be good. So let's put one of these photos on there. Kara, I hope I am doing your kit justice. I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. I got it, opened up the email around lunchtime, so didn't have a lot of planning done, but hopefully I'm doing it justice for you. Okay, let's glue this down on there, right there. And I don't think I'm going to put anything behind it because it's already kind of busy on there. Just going to put our Santa on there. Oh yeah, cute. I like that. So that finishes that one off. Those are good enough. This one, I want to put a little something on it. And we may just go with another photo right there. And let's see, I think I'm going to put a little piece of book page behind that. Why don't we put it this way, like that, and then just lay that down. Yeah, that'll work. All right, let me get my ink. I'm hoping this video doesn't take that long to upload tonight, but who knows? You may see it in the morning sometime about 4 o'clock. You never know. There we go. It's finished. This one. Oh yeah, we could put Merry Christmas down there at the bottom of that. Yeah, right there. And I don't think I'm even going to put anything behind it. Let me see. Who knows? See if I have anything. I did have a little piece of vellum laying right here. If I can find it real quick, we'll put that down. And if not, we'll just go with it. I do have a little piece right there. Okay. Gonna glue that down right there. And I'm going to trim that excess off right there. And then we'll put that little piece down. There we go. All right, I'm going to do some stitching, and I will lay these out to where you can see the stitching at the end on the video, or I'll also have photos at the beginning. But there is tons of tags that we have made using the creations by Kara Brandon, and I want you to go over and check her Etsy store out. I would appreciate that if you would do that. She was so kind to send me all of these files, and I really appreciate it. All right, guys, we will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys a bunch, and keep safe out there, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.